Four teenage girls, bound shot execution style. Their bodies left inside a burning yogurt shop. The fire was meant to erase the crime, but instead it revealed one of the most chilling murder cases in American history. December 6, 1991, Austin, Texas. Firefighters broke into the I can't believe it's yogurt shop and stepped into hell. Through the smoke, they found the bodies of Amy Ayers, 13, Eliza Thomas, 17, and sisters Jennifer and Sarah Harbison, 17 and 15. They hadn't died in the flames. They had been tied up with their own clothes, shot in the head, and then set on fire. 4 kids executed. Their killers vanished into the night. The brutality stunned Austin. Parents locked doors. Teenagers were afraid to work late shifts. This wasn't a robbery gone wrong. This was something darker. And the question was terrifying. Who could do this? And before we dive into the full story, if you've made it this far, kindly drop a like and subscribe. It really helps us keep bringing you the most gripping true crime cases, just like this one. The hunt begins. Detectives had almost nothing. The fire had destroyed evidence. All that remained were a few shell casings, partial fingerprints, and traces of DNA that 1991 science couldn't decode. Rumors exploded. A gang initiation, thrill killers, even satanic cults. Thousands of tips came in. None of them cracked the case. By the late 1990s, police thought they finally had their suspects. 4 young men from Austin, Robert Springsteen, Michael Scott, Morris Pierce, and Forrest Wellborn. Interrogations dragged on for hours. Eventually, 2 of them gave confused, broken confessions. It was enough for prosecutors. In 1999, Springsteen was sentenced to death. Scott got life in prison. Families thought they had justice. Austin thought the nightmare was over, but the cracks showed fast. The confessions didn't match each other. Details kept changing. And most importantly, no physical evidence tied them to the yogurt shop. In 2009, DNA tests dropped the hammer. The genetic material found at the crime scene belonged to a man, but not to any of the 4 suspects. The convictions collapsed. The men were freed. For the families, it was torture all over again. The killer, or killers, were still out there. DNA dead ends. For decades, the DNA was useless. Too damaged. Too faint. Every test failed. Every search in national databases came back empty. Families were dragged through hope, then heartbreak. Detectives retired. The case file gathered dust. Austin called it a failure. But science didn't stop. And in the 2020s, new forensic tools, the same kind that caught the Golden State Killer, gave investigators one last shot. They ran the evidence again. This time, it spoke. The DNA matched a man named Robert Eugene Brashers. Brashers wasn't just anyone. He was a drifter, a predator with a violent history. Burglaries, rapes, even suspected murders in other states. He moved in silence, leaving shattered lives wherever he went. The DNA tied him to the yogurt shop. Ballistics backed it up. Austin police finally had their answer. But justice never made it to trial. In 1999, years before the DNA hit, Brashers shot himself during a police standoff in Missouri. He was just 37. He took his secrets to the grave. For the families, the identification brought answers, but not peace. They finally had a name, but not justice. The yogurt shop murders haunted Austin for 34 years. They scarred families, shattered trust, and showed how fragile justice can be. But persistence mattered. Science advanced, and detectives refused to let go. 4 teenage girls bound, shot, and burned in 1991. For decades, Austin asked, who could do something so monstrous? Now at last we know. And if you stayed with us to the end, thank you. Drop a like if this story gripped you, and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakthrough in true crime.